Okay, so I wanted to show this pin. I went to Free Play Florida in Orlando, and last day of the conference, or the weekend there, I pinged the owner of this Williams Star Wars Episode 1 machine, and we kind of went back and forth and kind of worked out. So a friend of mine, I had flew over, but a friend of mine had drove down and sold both of his pins and was able to bring this one back for me. And yeah, it's funny. It should, I should have known all about this, right? Being a Star Wars guy and being a technology and all that. And I'd seen the machine before, and I like Williams machines, but I'd always only seen it, and so like I always thought the cabinet looked kind of dumb, and like the playfield is kind of weird looking, and so like I didn't really realize or research exactly what it was. So I played it quite a bit during the weekend there. It's like my second favorite game at the show. The first favorite being the Star Trek LE Stern box, but anyway, the guy wanted to get rid of it, and I decided to take it. And so I thought I'd do a little kind of just preliminary owner review, talk about it. So back in 1999, if you're not familiar, Williams came out with a they were owned by this like conglomerate, larger company, and that company had told them basically, hey, you need to get with the times and bridge the gap between pinball and video games, and this is the result. So they released it. They released 2 games on this platform called the Pin 2K platform. One was called Revenge from Mars. It was based on the Attack from Mars game, and then this one, which unfortunately was not the best Star Wars movie, so that probably didn't contribute to sales. But anyway, it's actually a really fun game. It's a neat gimmick. So the deal is there's a monitor up under the cabinet here, and the monitor reflects down onto some special glass, and as it turns out, it's really special glass, and creates a pretty neat effect. And so when you play the game, the switches and targets behind that reflected area there interact with the video quite well, and create a pretty immersed sort of pinball experience. So it's as if your pinballs are interacting with whatever stuff is projected up there. So it's pretty cool. I mentioned the glass, so there's like since this production stopped these a long time ago, right? So trying to get the Pin 2K glass has been a challenge. And if you pull it off and look at it, it's kind of like if you think about your car, how you have that darker tint that fades into lighter tint on the top, with the darker tints on the top and it fights into the lighter to no tint at the bottom. It's like that, but it's more than that too, because it seems to be polarized, because like if you flip it upside down, the text is blurry, and so it's like a mirror image with some polarization or whatever. So this one's got some scratches. You can't really see them all that well here, but there you go. But it's still very playable. I think I found a sheet. No one wants to ship it, but I think I found a way to get it shipped through some creative stuff on the internet there. So anyway, so Williams released these machines. They did okay. They didn't do great. Didn't do terrible. And one of the reasons why they didn't do really all that well is because the cabinets are kind of ugly. Let me flip on a light here. It's a necessity to try to get the monitor gimmick right. Is that the head of the pinball machine is huge. So anyway, they look a little weird on the magazine, but hey, it works out. So unfortunately, of course, Williams isn't doing it anymore. They're not really pinball. They're not in business anymore to make pinball machines. I think their company that used to own them owns hotels or something now. But it's unfortunate there weren't more of these, because they were really cool. Sort of next generation sort of ideas, and I'm glad to own one, and especially for getting a really good deal on it. This one has an LCD monitor. The original ones had CRTs, and behind the back glass there's actually a PC that runs the on-screen display. And then there's this lightsaber that lights up during the ball launch, and then some kind of cool little playfield toys from the movie. So anyway, there's kind of the introduction on Star Wars Episode 1 from Williams. Williams is a Star Wars machine. It's my second Star Wars machine. Actually, I've had all three. I've had the Star Wars trilogy as well, but I got rid of it. So anyway, I'll kick off a game here, get the camera on a tripod, and show you some of the features. Alright, so we'll do some gameplay here on episode 1. I've got the camera, aimed down just into the glass. This is kind of what you see when you play. There's a skill shot here based on a light plunge. I didn't do it. So one of the things I thought was really innovative about this game is how the game interacts with the contents on that display, which of course is the whole point. But it really does add an interesting dimension to gameplay, because you have objects that literally can move, and I was worried, I guess, that the Jar Jar element of this game too would be a little too annoying, because Jar Jar's so not popular. But we'll have a multi-ball. I guess this light show is pretty cool. Alright, cool. So what we do is we keep hitting that hollow reflector, or that projector up there, and then it'll start a new game mode. Now that we have that extra ball lit, I'm going to try to get that special plunge figured out. Oh, no. Musical chairs.
You still have much to learn, my young apprentice. Remember, concentrate on the moment.
Those virtual spinners are the coolest thing I think I've ever seen in a pinball machine. That was really well done. Well, maybe the second coolest. I think the Tron cabinet's cooler, but so I was worried that the Jar Jar effect on this game would be bad, would make it not as enjoyable. But it's really not distracting at all. In fact, you actually spend some of your time tripping Jar Jar, so it's like they kind of make fun of him, so that's good. I could really personally have done without the yippee, but it's okay. Can't be perfect. You can see there's a magnetic toy beneath the playfield right around here, so it tends to grab the ball and do weird things. Yikes. Squandered that extra ball. Gotcha. No, please fall safe, please. Oh, okay, so between each time you spell Jedi, it goes into a Jedi battle, and you can drain the ball during the battle numerous times, and it'll keep giving you new ones, and it'll give you 3. It'll give you the option for 3. It kind of makes me wish the game had an auto plunger. But in some ways, I'm kind of glad it doesn't, because, you know, it does add to the challenge of this mode. And I'm sure, so, like, basically, this first battle gives you, you know, access to the Jedi youth, or, you know, children, you know, leaderboard, and then, each time you spell Jedi, you get access to a more, to like a higher level leaderboard. And then I would presume that these challenges get harder and harder. You start over again, so spell Jedi again, and by completing modes, and then you get to do it all over.
Bad feeling about this.
Me too.
How might I serve you?
This is one of the easier ones because they're all center shots. Some of the others, like the Sith droid mode, the shots keep moving on you.
Doesn't want to play to the Trade Federation.
Yeah, this one's harder. Let's see if I can get it started. No, actually, yeah. So you see the green moving blaster. You have to hit it to get the shot. Ah.
Lisa hungry. I'm Qui-Gon Jinn.
Ah. Oh, good. I think I do have a liberal ball save configured on this machine. Since the kids will majority be the ones playing it, it's generally not a bad position to be in.
Reminds me of the living forward, young Padawan.
Oh, awesome virtual spinners. How awesome are you? Let's see. That's it. Well, there's some Star Wars Episode 1 gameplay. The Pen 2K cabinet from Williams. Apparently I'm a Jedi youth. My 36-year-old self finds that funny and demeaning. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and, you know, Pen 2K cabinets are pretty awesome if you can find one, you know, they're a pretty cool thing to bring back to life. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, and I appreciate it. Thanks.